Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and in today's video, we'll be diving into some of the news. And by the title of this video, you'll probably think to yourself, is this real? Do we actually have a leak for patch 9.1? This right now is a rumor, but we'll be discussing this rumor, and I'll be giving you guys my opinions of the validity and the reasons why I think this one could actually be real. I also want to take a look at the Sylvanas Bow, as with the Sylvanas weapon, there's potential that Hunter might be the first class in the game to wield two legendaries. And we also want to take a look at the last bit of transmog that was with this week's update that I feel like got skimmed over by a lot of players. It's a small addition, but it's more player customizability of our characters, and I feel like this one is pretty unique, and I'm kind of surprised that Blizzard didn't introduce this a while ago. So anyway, let's get into some of the updates, starting with the potential for the leak. A lot of us have been waiting for patch 9.1, and many of us have speculated when it might come out. I originally said maybe middle of June, middle of July, somewhere in between of those 2 months, but I've heard a lot of people say August, some people even saying middle of fall, and it feels like the more I ask this question, the further that date gets pushed away, until it's going to be like, you know what, just wait until 2022, then Blizzard will have their stuff together. Blizzard recently announced that TBC is coming out actually July 1st. So TBC and 9.1 most likely are not going to come out at the same time, but hopefully relatively close to one another. Because if you're someone who is a Shadowlands player and you've seen TBC all get these updates, maybe TBC might not be something you exactly want to play. Maybe you played that expansion before, or the classic version of WoW just doesn't interest you. But seeing the classic community having fun and new content, you're like, man, when can my version of WoW get some content? So this rumor for this video comes to us from a live streamer over on the Chinese servers. And I'm so sorry about my mispronunciations. I'm definitely going to get some of these things wrong, but Icevins writes, during a recent Douyu stream, again, sorry for pronunciations, popular Chinese streamer Yan Liang talked about a dinner he recently had with NetEase staff, where they seemingly let slip the release date for patch 9.1. They even have the translations of some of the clips posted on IC Variants, and it sounds to me like a classic case of somebody who is popular enough to have their foot in the door. NetEase, and this is my oversimplistic explanation, is basically the company in China that runs the Chinese client of World of Warcraft in that region. So if this information really does come in from somebody over at NetEase, they will probably know when the actual patch for World of Warcraft 9.1 is getting released. As of right now, it is just a rumor, so we can only speculate whether this is real, or maybe this is just somebody trolling while streaming, maybe just letting something slip to maybe get some attention for a live stream. We never really know. I guess it's possible to ask the guy, but I wouldn't be able to do so because there's a pretty big language barrier, as the only two languages I know is English and Russian. But from here on, all we can do is just speculate whether we think this is true or not. And you know what? My gut feeling says I think this could be true. We don't know, right? We could be proven wrong, but I kind of want to say I think this could be real. Normally, when it comes to Blizzard and quote-unquote leaks, I feel like it's almost never something that's actually leaked. I think it's actually just Blizzard themselves leaking it. In the case of Shadowlands leaks, for example, we had those t-shirts and posters of Bolvar with his head and eyes being blue, while the rest of his body was still fiery orange. Made a lot of people, just like me, ask ourselves, why are his eyes blue? I thought maybe it was kind of like an elaborate Photoshop. No, was just a screenshot from the actual cinematic. Then there was a bunch of different wallpapers or loading screens, leaks, quote unquote, all actually ended up being Bastion related. So it is my belief that it's actually Blizzard themselves doing these leaks in order to drum up the hype for the next patch of the game, the next expansion of the game, get people talking, get people to make videos talking about these quote unquote leaks. I mean, it's all free publicity. Before BlizzCon Online was out, we had some screenshots leak, I think days or maybe a week before the BlizzCon itself. Could have been leaked to also drum up the hype for 9.1. Then we had the leak for June 1st release of TBC that was out on a few Battle.net clients. I made the screenshots over into Reddit to keep drumming up even more hype for the next classic expansion of World of Warcraft. But this one feels kind of different. I guess it could be a streamer just BSing and trolling the chat, but it also could be a possibility that they actually did meet with somebody from NetEase. And if it is somebody from NetEase getting sloppy, then I guess, oopsies, we have ourselves patch 9.1 release. It said that the streamer mentioned the release would be in July 1st, which in China would be on a Thursday reset, but it means for NA and EU, it'll be on 29th for NA, as well as a 30th release over on the EU. And if it did come out on 29th, it would have given TBC about a month to run its course. Players would end up leveling to max levels, trying a couple dungeons, maybe starting to get some of the pre-raid best in slot stuff rolling, maybe get a couple ults up and running, get the professions rolling, maybe do some PvP. I don't really know how the seasonal stuff are going to work with TBC, if the seasonal stuff like arenas and such and raids are going to start out super early or not. But at least it would allow the expansion to run its course for about a month. And players that are into TBC will continue playing TBC, with players that maybe gave TBC a try and then were like, okay, I played it for a month, I want something different. Maybe they're not someone who is interested in playing Classic, but at least wanted to give it a try, is gonna maybe go back to retail with the new update. All I can say is I could see this as a plausible scenario. As for whether this story is true or not, it's simply a rumor. I guess I'm going to pass it off to you guys. Do you think this story is true or 100% unadulterated BS? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think 9.1 could actually come out on 29th over on NA, 30th for EU? Or do you think it's still probably going to be August? Let me know in the comments. Next, we have ourselves the Sylvanas Bow. As of this update, they made Sylvanas Bow a legendary item. That means it most likely will be treated like a proper legendary when it comes to inevitable 9.1 PTR testing. As of right now, we don't really know exactly how the bow works. I think people have been able to simulate how it's supposed to play based off the tooltip that we are given, but no one's actually been able to test this bow and pick it up and hit a train dummy with it. But it does seem to be marked as of this update as a legendary for hunters. So hunters are getting their own legendary, a specific legendary, not the one they just craft, but one in a form of a bow. Now the way legendaries work in Shadowlands is you can only have one of them, at least for now. And eventually we are guessing that Blizzard is going to, just like in Legion, open up the opportunity for us to run more than one legendary on our character. But this legendary item is different, because while yes, it's treated like a legendary, it is not a legendary that you craft from the rune carver. So the question I guess comes up is this going to be replacing all other hunters legendary except for those of survival variety? Like as in, if you're a Beastmaster Hunter or Marksman Hunter, are you going to have to give up your current legendary in order to utilize this bow? Or is Blizzard going to allow this legendary bow to maintain its legendary status, but also allow hunters to equip a legendary as well as this legendary bow? I feel like if someone who never played a hunter before and you always want to explore hunter as an alt, right now would be a perfect time, as it looks like they're getting some awesome treatment in patch 9.1. Hopefully the class balancing doesn't leave them at the back of the line when it comes to everybody and DPS charts. What do you think? Do you think it's actually going to be a second legendary that you'll run, or will it actually replace your current legendary? Let me know in the comments down below. Lastly, I want to take a look at the sweet set of transmogs that were added in recent PTR build. That is eyeglasses transmog. I feel like eyeglasses is something that a lot of people skipped over, but I think they really do look unique. We've had transmogs for glasses or monocles on our characters, but actual eyeglasses or sunglasses and different types from different rims to the different lens colors is actually quite unique. More ways for our characters to be customized is always a good thing. More creative ways for us to rock our mogs and combine different pieces of gear together, I think would be really neat. Just imagine like a suit and tie or just a casual jacket that looks more like contemporary clothes, and then you throw some glasses on top of it and it just kind of modernizes the character. Previously in World of Warcraft, we've seen characters wear glasses as a unique item, and that's not something we could transmog into ever. So with 9.1, it looks like you'll be able to. Just really wanted to highlight the eyeglasses feature because I feel like not a lot of people have talked about it, and most people just skimmed over it. Let me know what you think about the eyeglasses transmog and what other mogs should they add in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts about everything we talked about in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the rumor of 9.1 potentially coming out actually in July, or as close to July as it can be. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.